Last week, Jorge Rivera Herons announced his new musical called Ilium. Now, he's been hinting at a Trojan War musical for a while, and Ilium is another name for the city of Troy. So it's safe to say that this new musical is about the Trojan War. I'm incredibly excited for this. Epic is practically my whole life right now, so I decided to start working on some character designs. This way, I'll be able to jump straight into animation when the songs release. And I decided to start with Helen. Now, Helen is known as the most beautiful mortal woman, so I needed to make her as pretty as I could, while still looking human, because Helen is still a mortal, although some tellings say she was a daughter of Zeus and that she hatched from an egg like a bird. I've tried to base her off ancient Greek beauty standards more than modern ones. Helen is mostly referred to as of Troy, but that's very inaccurate. Depending on the story, she was either kidnapped by Paris, she went with him willingly, or she was spelled by Aphrodite and had no real choice. Either way, Helen's abduction was the catalyst for the Trojan War. When Helen was being courted, her suitors were all powerful kings and princes. Her mortal father, Tyndareus, don't come at me if I mispronounce that, I do not speak Greek. Anyway, he worried that rejected suitors might cause trouble, especially since Helen had been kidnapped before by Theseus. Odysseus solved this problem. He suggested that all of the suitors swear an oath to protect Helen's marriage. In return for this idea, he asked for the hand of Helen's cousin Penelope in marriage. When Helen was taken to Troy, her former suitors had no choice but to bring their armies to retrieve her. Near the tail end of the war, Helen told Paris that she wished he had died to her husband, Menelaus, the king of Sparta. She also called him a coward, but because she was under Aphrodite's spell, she couldn't refuse him, and she joined him in his bed that night. Helen recognized Odysseus when he snuck past the walls of Troy to retrieve the Palladium. She gave him a vial that helped him to retrieve it. In return, she asked him to ensure that she was spared, because she was afraid that Menelaus would kill her for the trouble she had caused, although her autonomy was debatable. Helen is rescued during the sack of Troy, but her troubles didn't end there. Multiple accounts describe a long return journey with stops in Egypt, Crete, and other places. Anyway, I have drawn Helen as I imagine her before the war and its aftermath. What do you all think? Is she pretty enough to fight a 10-year-long war for? And who do you think I should design next?